We tied the knot when I was approaching 30, and she was a few years younger. Back then, it felt like the natural next step after years of being together. We weren't flashy or dramatic, we simply fit. I worked in engineering, content with a quiet, steady life. She was vibrant, full of life, the kind of person who seemed to light up every space she entered. I was happy standing in the background while she took center stage. The early years were peaceful. We built a home together, adopted a dog, hosted dinners that stretched late into the night. Friends called us the reliable couple, the ones who had it figured out. But over time, what felt like stability began to feel like distance. It didn't happen all at once. It was small things at first. The nights she started staying late at work. The way her phone was always close by, her attention elsewhere. The soft smiles that no longer reached her eyes. I tried to be supportive, to give her space. She'd been promoted after all. Her job came with more pressure, more responsibility. I thought if I could ease her burdens at home, she'd find her way back to me. Then came the morning when everything shifted. We were having coffee, our usual routine, but she wasn't really there. Staring into her cup, quiet, distant. And then, almost too softly, she said, "I think I need to leave. I don't know who I am anymore." There was no anger in her voice, no drama, just a tired honesty. I could have begged her to stay, reminded her of what we shared, but instead, I helped her pack. When she paused, looking at me with uncertainty, and asked, "Aren't you going to stop me?" I just gave a small, sad smile. How can I stop someone who isn't sure where she belongs? That night, I watched her walk out the door with 2 suitcases and a heart full of questions. She didn't glance back. I didn't call out. The first few months were the hardest. Not because she left, but because she didn't check in. No messages. No calls. It was as if I'd been erased. I'd stare at my phone, willing it to light up, and stop myself each time from reaching out. I reminded myself this was what she needed, even if it broke me. Everyone said I was strong, but they didn't see the nights I sat alone, the messages I wrote and deleted, the tears I hid. I tried to move forward, went on dates, tried to laugh, but none of it felt real. Then, after what felt like forever, I saw a glimpse of her life in photos online, smiling in distant cities, sun-kissed and free. I wanted to believe she'd found what she was searching for, but deep down, I wondered if she ever thought about me at all. Exactly a year to the day she left, I was at home, working on a painting, something I'd taken up to help heal. A soft knock at the door pulled me from my thoughts. When I opened it, there she was, the same woman, but somehow smaller, like life had weighed her down. "Hi," she said, barely a whisper. I didn't know what to say at first. She looked unsure, fragile. I didn't know where else to go. I stepped aside, and she entered slowly, like everything felt unfamiliar now. We sat, and the silence between us said more than words could. "I thought leaving would help me find myself," she began, voice trembling. "I thought the problem was this place, this life, maybe even you, but I was wrong. I kept looking for you in every face, in every place I went." She pulled out a small journal, one I remember from before. "Every page of this is about you," she said, placing it gently in my hands. Her voice broke as she continued. "I'm not asking for anything. I just needed you to know I didn't leave because I stopped loving you. I left because I didn't know how to love myself. And I hoped maybe there's still a part of you that sees me." A year ago, I would have given anything to hear those words. But standing there now, I realized I had grown too. I had built myself back up, not for her, but for me. I looked at her, the woman I once thought I couldn't live without, and said softly, "I'm glad you found your way back, but I'm not the man I was when you left." She nodded, tears falling. "I know. I never stopped loving you," I said, "but I've learned to love myself more." She didn't try to change my mind, just stood quietly, letting the tears fall. I walked to the door. Before she stepped outside, she turned and said, "I'll always love you." And I smiled gently, "And I'll always wish you well." Not every love story ends with 2 people finding their way back to each other. Sometimes, the real ending is finding yourself. And sometimes that's the most beautiful ending of all.